Are you looking for a great spot for dinner, maybe a happy hour? Eva Suter is the beverage director at Locadoro. She says it's easier if you say it fast. And Bambino. And today she's going to update us on happenings at both local favorites. One been around a while, one pretty new. Eva, good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to have you with us. Let's talk about those new dining experiences at Loca. It's been around about 8 years now, so a lot of people should know about it in the Miller neighborhood, right?
Yes, absolutely. We've been there a little over 8 years, and we are shaking things up a little bit. We're focusing on a tasting menu in the dining room, a Chef Fiore seasonal menu, which changes pretty often, taking inspiration from the seasons and everything, as he always has, but in a little more of a elevated concept. On the bar side, we are sticking to our roots with the a la carte menu and the extended happy hour.
Nice. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to have to talk extended happy hour just in a second. But I'm just going to throw a guess out there that since we're focusing seasonally, I'm going to see at least something pumpkin or squash related on the menu. Am I right? Is that a fair guess?
I think that I'm trying to remember what is on the menu currently in the realm of squash. There's a squash element.
There's a squash element.
That's all I
needed to know, everybody. That's all I needed. Okay, let's talk about bar and patio too real quickly, just because you were mentioning that it's kind of a slightly different experience depending on if you're dining in the restaurant versus bar patio.
Yeah, so we're opening earlier at 4 o'clock. Which it doubles our happy hour.
Nice.
And over there, it is like an a la carte menu, so you choose your own adventure. And so on that side, as well as on the bar.
Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, happy hour extended. I think that's something for everybody to write down. To celebrate, you're going to show us how to make a spritz, and you called it just a spritz. I forced you to be a little bit more explicit. What are the exact words? You said roselle is the word we're using today.
So this cocktail in particular is going to be made with the Roselle vermouth we make in-house.
Roselle vermouth. So what does that mean? I mean, it looks like a delicious, dark, flavorful something, but I can't tell from that mulberry color.
Yeah, so this is a sweet red vermouth that took inspiration from the beautiful Roselle hibiscus that they grow out at New Leaf Farms, which is part of the Multicultural Refugee Association.
And that's out in Elgin, right?
Yeah, it's
oh
out
my
in
gosh,
Elgin.
that's local. Yeah, super cool. So hibiscus is actually the base color happening.
Yeah,
here.
that's actually this beautiful, meaty, earthy hibiscus that they grow.
Really
it's highlighted with a lot of with some warming spices and some bright herb notes that make it really lovely for the fall.
Love it. Okay, what's coming next?
This is just some sparkling wine, just about a little more than a skosh.
A skosh. I have heard that that's like an exact measurement.
Oh no, it's in the book.
It's in some sort of book as like an exact measurement.
And then just a splash of sparkling water to wake it up.
I think people can tell even with the lift of your hand, you've been doing this a long time.
It's been a minute.
All right, gorgeous, and I love how frothy it gets.
You get that nice foam on top.
Yeah.
It's always worthwhile to be really generous with your ice.
Okay.
The thing about ice is that it will just break down and melt. Ice gets lonely, and then it just goes away. So you want to make sure you have lots of ice to keep your ice company, because cold stuff keeps cold.
I see. Yeah. So if you're not using enough ice, then it's going to start to melt faster, maybe dilute your drink.
Yeah, and then you just have not quite as good a cocktail that way.
Gotcha.
Lastly, we are just getting a little orange peel here. And so one trick I want to mention when you use these, because these things are a little scary sometimes.
I was going to say, I'm very impressed you did that on camera.
Yeah, the trick is always to move the fruit, not the tool, and that gives you the control so that you don't hurt yourself.
Somewhere my sister-in-law is laughing at the way I peel potatoes. I just do like a whack, 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 which I think is probably not the way you want to approach this fruit. And you're getting some of the essence out of it.
Yeah, so you pretty much give it a light squeeze. That's called expressing. And that just gets those oils out of the peel, and then you kind of drop it in to just let it be cute.
Love it. And is it a navel orange that we've used?
Yeah, just a regular navel oranges work well.
Okay.
There's some other varietals that, some of the local oranges, that sometimes the skins are a tiny bit thin for zesting, so you just want to make sure that it's something that has all those good oils in it. You can always touch a fruit with your thumb, and if you smell the oranginess, then it's probably good to use for a garnish.
That is really handy to know. Okay, I'm going to take a little sip of that if that's okay with you.
That one's for
While
you.
I do so, will you tell me about your non-alcoholic options? So Bambino only been open about 6 months, but you guys do mocktails in both places.
Yes, we have lovely non-alcoholic offerings in both restaurants, called the Italian sodas at Locadoro. And what I have here is the patio crush at Bambino. So Patio Crush is going to feature
You're gonna have to stop me from drinking this. This is so good.
a
That is delicious.
house-made basil mint syrup.
And it smells so nice and fresh in here, guys, by the way. Okay, so basil mint syrup.
Fresh squeezed lime juice.
Okay.
And what I've done before here is I just shook it real good in this shaker tin.
Gotcha.
Into
Again,
the
lots of ice friends.
Yes, lots of ice friends, and then you strain those friends away because the cocktail needs to make new friends.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
a fresh set of
Because you don't know
ice.
these friends are sad. These friends are sad and tired now.
Okay.
Yeah. The fill on this one is actually going to be blackberry rambler. It plays really interestingly with the basil mint syrup. I've had some folks describe it as like a white gummy bear feeling in like a nice and fresh way.
Okay.
So this is a mocktail, but of course it does well with booze in it as well.
Okay, all
Like
right. You
gin
can
is
do
a nice
both.
move on there,
I'm gonna
but
try a
try a
little.
little sip
And
there.
while I'm doing that, why don't you talk to me about what's going on this weekend for ACL?
Oh yeah. Bambino is hanging out at ACL, slinging pizza in the big tent. So you can visit us there.
Love it. And you said food quality just as high at Loca
gorgeous,
and Bambino.
gorgeous pizzas, really fun and fresh ingredients. I think we got some tracksuits rocking over there, which is going to has 2 kinds of pepperoni and hot honey. So,
Cool. Oh
yeah.
man, I'm really into pepperoni and hot honey right now.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious. Okay, and I have to tell you, both of these absolutely fabulous. I can tell you've been bartending for a little bit. She knows what she's up to. Eva, thank you so much for your
Thank
time
you.
today.
Thank
Of
you.
course. Guys, if you're going to ACL this weekend, be sure to check out Bambino's Pizza in the Big Tent, as she mentioned. You can keep up with both restaurants on Instagram, and you can make a reservation now at locadoroaustin.com.